Okay, welcome to IELTS Writing Task 2, Paraphrasing. Today we'll learn how to paraphrase to get you an band 9. I'll show you what to paraphrase, how to paraphrase it, and where in the essay the paraphrase goes. See the 3 easy ways to paraphrase video to review why we're paraphrasing the way we are. There's much more detail there in the simple paraphrasing. This is more we're going to focus on how this paraphrasing I teach you here can get you a 9. So in this video, we're also going to use 6 paraphrasing examples. I'll explain exactly why this gets you a band 9 for grammar, vocabulary, and task achievement. Finally, we'll look at a bonus paraphrasing technique. And remember, you can use this method in any essay. And we'll go slowly to make it all 100% clear. Paraphrasing, what is it? It's repeating someone else's sentence in your own words. Let's see some examples to get you warmed up. Now don't forget to watch through to the end of the video for an advanced paraphrasing technique that will shore up your band 9. Let's learn a simple way to paraphrase to start. So here's our subject. Nowadays, the way many people interact with each other has changed because of technology. Advanced communication methods have impacted the nature of our relationships. So we've changed technology. We've changed it to advanced communication methods, and we've put it as the subject. Here it's the object at the end of the sentence. We put it at the beginning, and it's the subject. Now, we have this phrase, have impacted the nature of our relationships. Note, this phrase, the nature of our relationships, is taken from reading about the subject. If you don't read, you will not know the common ways of speaking of things. I call it a band 9 phrase. So let's take a look at the whole question now and start to paraphrase. It can be argued that these technological changes have been positive. Okay, we should probably change positive to beneficial, let's say. We have this phrase, it can be argued that. This is a really good academic phrase. And then we have subject, these technological changes, verb, have, and being positive. Okay, so this touches on this and this. Let's take a look at a second way. While there are some positive changes such as A and B, comma, the bulk of them have been negative. So this is a subordinator in a complex sentence. You need a comma there, and then you have a subject, have been negative, verb, and object. The bulk just means most, and then we have negative. So again, we're looking right back. Both of these are looking back to this question. This will be very important for you later. Okay, now most of them have been negative. So if this is just talking about the changes, now we can probably paraphrase this has changed, has altered, which I'll show you later. But really what I'm showing you in this paraphrase is you can respond to this situation with a complex sentence which gets you a 9 for your sentence structure. Let's take a look at another way. Here we have interactions between people have become rudimentary. So rudimentary means basic, and interactions comes from interact, and we made interact the subject. Interactions between people is another way to say the way many people interact. We changed interactions between people have become basic. Okay, so there's 3 ways. Let's take a look at one of these in detail. So exchanges between people have become stunted and lack depth. So what we've done here is changed interactions, or interact, to exchanges between people. This just means they talk to each other. And again, you get this from reading about the subject. Have become stunted. Stunted means short, and lack depth means not deep. There's no depth. So I'm not directly paraphrasing has changed. I didn't change has changed into has altered or has been different. I didn't change it into those. What I have done is I've changed this. I've said, what is the change? Now the change is short and no depth. So I've given, we could just say have changed, right? But we changed it to have become short and no depth. So we're talking about what the changes are. So when you paraphrase, you can give more detail. And I'll give you more detail about this at the end of the video. Now, while technology has changed the speed and length of interactions, comma, our core needs have not. So here we have again a complex sentence starting with while. We've got a comma. You can see my sentence structure video, which will tell you how this works. And while technology has changed the speed and length of interactions, comma, our core needs have not. Core needs, again, this is 9 language. This core needs will get you, it means the basic needs we have. So technology has changed, speed and length, but the core things we need have not changed. Okay, so again, this is saying what the changes are. This just says has changed in the question. Your job in the essay is to give details. And here we go, we're paraphrasing it. We could use has become different or has altered, which I'll show you in a minute. But we also have what it has altered, the speed and the length. So we're giving more detail than the statement. And then we say our core needs have not. So we're actually going to say that even though technology has changed, our basic needs have not changed. All right, let's take a look at 3. This is the 6th paraphrase. Technological advancements have altered the way we interact. Can you see how I've paraphrased this? So where is this from? Yeah, it's from here. And where is altered from? Right, good. Altered is from changed, and the way we interact is from here. So we could, if we wanted to make this perfect, we could say technological advancements have altered the way we exchange language, let's say, or have altered exchanges between people. Let's just take this, the way we interact out, and we'll say have altered exchanges between people. Remember, this means the same as this, the same as this. Okay? So let's look at where we're going to paraphrase and what we're going to paraphrase. Now, basically, we're going to paraphrase, not all of this, but we're going to paraphrase all the key words. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. One of those 2. I'll show you how that works and how that gets you a 9. Really super important paraphrasing technique here. So mobile phones, that's technology, have made it possible to communicate with someone anywhere in the world instantly. However, the exchanges people have can be cursory. So this has led to superficial relationships. That means not deep. This means not deep. With many people rather than a few deep relationships. Okay. So what is going on here to get you a 9 is we've got a synonym. We have interaction. Superficial relationships talks about the interaction. We have the type of relationship. Superficial means not deep relationships. And we also have, this is basically, we're going to say this is bad. And so that's going to be negative. Now, I've used synonyms and I've restated the statement in question. So there's some synonyms in there and I've restated the statement in question. So we've said this again in another way. Okay. We've also used a compound sentence. You can study this in my sentence structure videos. That is also for band 9. Now let's take a look at band 9 in more detail and understand what it means. Fully addresses all parts of the task. Okay, so in this is the beginning of a paragraph. This is not the introduction, okay? So in this paragraph, how does this do this? Fully address all parts of the task. What it does is uses the paraphrase to show that we're talking about everything in the question. So we're talking about technology, we're talking about changes, that's here, have made it possible to communicate instantly, that's the change. Present perfect, has or have made it possible, there's the change. Technology is there, types is here, that's a type of relationship, that's a type of relationship, and negative is implied. That means that we know this is negative. So addresses all parts of the task. This is talking about all of this. It's paraphrasing and it's showing the examiner very clearly, I addressed all parts of the task. Because my response, even though it's a paraphrase, it's also a point of view. This is my point of view in my essay that relationships have become superficial and it's negative. So I'm answering the question. I'm answering the question. What type here? Positive or negative? Question, answering it, and I'm addressing all of these. Okay, so I've done this one first, this one second, and this one in there as well. So here's the type. Here it's negative or positive. That's a 9. That you're using paraphrasing and synonyms to fully answer all the question. Now, fully developed means explain this more. Now, we're saying this instant communication has led to superficial relationships. This means, for a 9, explain more. So that's what we're going to do in the rest of the paragraph. You can do this, fill it in, and put it in the comments, and I'll look at it for you. Okay, so uses cohesion in a way that it attracts no attention. Is there cohesion here? How does this fit together? So we have the situation, communicate instantly, and then we have however, which connects this instantly idea to cursory. So they're instant, but cursory, which means not deep. So there's cohesion, they stick together. And this, saying this, means all of this, right? All of this that I'm outlining here with the cursor. This means this. So this situation has led to superficial relationships. We're saying cursory in another way. That's going to also get you your vocabulary mark. And this sticks this and this together. Even though these are the same, it's okay. It's the same meaning. It's okay. You don't have to write about something new right away. This is cohesion. They stick together. Okay. It skillfully manages paragraphing. We're going to focus on this one change. Okay. If things stick together, usually the paragraphs are also good. Okay. There's your 9. You're paraphrasing. You're responding to what's going on. Okay. Let's take a look at, so these are all the arrows for you. You can see how they match. Let's take a look at wide range of vocabulary. Again, this is 9. Cursory, superficial, instead of, well, this just says types, so we're telling you the types. Mobile phones instead of technology, not great. Exchanges, really good. Instead of change, we have exchanges. Implied, so there's some good language in there. Very natural. We're not forcing the language in there. But these keywords that are answering this question are band 9 words. So if we said this has led to bad relationships, then the type of relationship would not get us a band 9 for vocabulary. So we need those words. And again, if you read about relationships, then you'll pick up this language. Wide range of structures. Here is our compound sentence. That is enough to, there's a video I have on this, on range of structures. Okay, there's 7 range of structures to get a 9. Okay, rare minor errors, only as slips. So there's no errors here, it's really super clear. This has led to superficial relationships, but very clear. Let's see another example. So there you go, there's your words. And so here's another question, and I would like you to pause the video and paraphrase this question in a paragraph. Answer this question, do one of these 2, and write a paragraph, and try to do these things. Okay, so I'll show you how I've done it now. So, while major sporting events, here's our television sporting shows, showcase top athletes, comma, statistics have shown that child obesity is rising. This is a while subordinate, it's a subordinator in a complex sentence. So we have a paraphrase, a synonym paraphrase of this word. We're talking also about this part, and we are disagreeing because we're saying while this is true, major sporting events showcase top athletes, statistics have shown that child obesity is rising. So we disagree that television sporting shows motivate youth to exercise. Okay, so that means we are fully addressing all parts of the task. Examples will come after this. And actually this is an example, but we're going to talk more about it later. That's going to fully develop this idea. And it's only one idea, just one, and we'll fully develop it. Cohesion, we haven't really got it here because we only have one. But you can see how the paraphrasing is being used in the paragraph. Okay, so paraphrase this question. You can pause it, write it down, take a picture, put your answer in the comments, and I will look at it for you. So now we're going to just take a look at the bonus way of paraphrasing. And we looked at it a little bit already, but it's called giving more detail. So here is has changed, but we don't know what the detail is. So again, here, stunted and lack depth is the detail of changed. Okay, has changed becomes stunted, and stunted means shortened. So I'm giving more detail. So what you need to do in your essay, when you do your exam, is find the part of the question that doesn't have detail. Okay, and your job here is to explain why technology is responsible for this change. And that's what we would do in the paragraph. Okay, so thank you for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'm making new videos every week. ISPenglish.com for my IELTS course, and thank you very much for watching.